call to order Village of Hazel Crest regular board meeting at 7:08. Pledge allegiance, Trustee Grant.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Grant,
Here.
Trustee Jackson,
Here.
Trustee Moore,
Present.
Trustee Pate,
Here.
Trustee Ramsey,
Here.
Trustee Slayton,
Here.
President Albert.
Here with quorum. Prayer.
Shall we bow our heads? Most gracious and kind Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you, Father, for the purposes of this meeting. We pray, God, that you would move, Lord. We pray for every decision that has to be made for this village. We pray that you would give clear vision and you would give clear directives. We pray, Father, for peace in our village. We pray for peace for those who are participating in this meeting. Give wisdom, give hope, and give proper assistance where needed, and we give you praise for it. Amen.
Any correspondence?
No.
Okay. Mayor's report. Okay, on Thursday, September 15th, attended the along with Village Clerk Marlon Reyes, Trustee Ben Ramsey, Trustee Kevin Moore, Pat Jackson, Susan Pate, the South Suburban Mayors and Managers monthly, quarterly dinner meeting. It was a great meeting. Got a lot of information what's happening with the state, some of the new issues that are coming out. And I can't remember his name, it's terrible, the mayor of South Chicago Heights,
Dave Owens.
Dave Owens, is retiring after 42 years of service. He's retiring this week, as a matter of fact. He was a trustee for 20-something years, then he was a mayor. So I would like to thank him for his service in the Southland. Dave Owens has been a great guy and really has helped mayors and managers grow as it has, and his involvement with the Illinois Municipal League has also been outstanding. So I'd like to thank Greg Owens for his service, and let's give him a round of applause. On Monday, September 19th, I attended the South Suburban Land Bank. South Suburban Land Bank is an organization that actually banks property here in the Southland, vacant homes, vacant buildings that were owned previously by business owners. The land bank actually takes this property, rehabs the property, and put it back on the tax rolls for different villages out in the south suburbs. Hazel Crest is one of the first members of the South Suburban Land Bank 3 years ago. We've had property that they actually have taken over, some of the property in Hazel Crest proper, the old post office, which was a daycare for a while. It has been taken by the land bank. The land bank is in the process of rehabbing that property, and they will resell that property. We also have the old dental office that's on 170th, which the land bank at this time owns, and we've been talking with the land bank about that property also. So the South Suburban Land Bank spreads throughout a lot of communities throughout the Southland to get these vacant buildings and vacant property back onto the tax rolls in the Southland. So they're doing a wonderful job there. On Thursday evening, September 22nd, First Lady Diane Adams and I, Alsbury and I, attended the annual, that's a abbreviated name, Adams Alsbury, you know, y'all got your names hyphenated. We attended the annual Age Options fundraising. Age Options is a not-for-profit organization connecting older adults and those who care for them with resources and services, options so they can live their lives to the fullest. In 1974, its mission has been to sustain and promote independence for older persons in their homes and communities. Diane was the past chairperson and is still on the state advisory board for Age Options, and presently is also a board member. On Friday evening, September 23rd, 2016, again, First Lady Diana Adams, Alsbury, and I, Village Manager Donna Gaden, Community and Business Director Carolyn Carter, and I were guests of Dr. Ajay Parikh and Mike Rojak at Advocate South Suburban Hospital's annual fundraiser. They have an annual fundraiser to provide services, equipment for the physicians in South Suburban Hospital. It's a well-attended event, and they raised a whole lot of money. On Thursday, 22nd to Saturday, September 24th, the village clerk, Mama Marias, trustees Kevin Moore, Mary Grant, Sandra Slayton, and village manager Donna Gaten and I attended the Illinois Municipal League Annual Conference. As usual, the conference provides outstanding seminars, and information on issues in government, community development, and management. This weekend, Saturday, October 1st, 2016, and the Director of Community and Business Services will go over this. Preventive Partnerships and Hazel Crest Alliance will host its first youth seminar. We're anticipating 20 youth from various churches and religious organizations to participate. All presenters in our seminar will be donating their time and their services. The Village of Hazel Crest will provide a morning snack and lunch to the youth. The program will run from 10:30 to 2 o'clock and will be held in the gymnasium at the west end of the Village Hall. This is an effort by the village and local faith-based organizations to develop positive relationships among our youth in the Southland. And with that, that ends my report. Okay.
Question, Mr. President?
Yes.
How do we determine which properties go into the land bank?
The land bank usually will, if we have a vacant property, we could bring it to the land bank's attention. Sometimes the land bank will ask us about a property. They'll find out about a vacant piece of property and they ask us, do we want to add that property into the land bank or is it eligible for the land bank? That's how it gets in there. So if, let's say if a citizen has a piece of property that's been vacant for a long time, they're aware of it, and they come to the village and say, it's a property vacant, is there any way we can do something with that property? Then we can bring it to the land bank, give them the address, they'll look at it, they'll see if it's still owner attached to it, or if the property has been abandoned, and then they'll go look at the property and decide to put it on the land. They'll ask us, 'cause I'm on the board, they'll ask, do we want that on the land bank? And that's how they do this on there.
Okay, so if the property, even if it's abandoned, it still belongs to someone, someone's name is attached to it. So they go through the process of actually going to court to get that property. Okay.
And they have lawyers that sits on the land bank that does that for members of the land bank.
But they don't just go out and identify properties on their own.
It has to come to the village.
Okay.
Okay, Jeff?
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, we're going to recognize a few members of our public works staff for years of service awards. We actually have another award for a unique water main repair, but due to low attendance, we're going to reschedule that to try and get everybody here for that. The first person couldn't make it tonight. His name is Lawrence Harris, otherwise known as LA. A little bit about LA is, again, I've been with the department for a little over 9 months now. The thing I love about LA is, you can ask any of our staff, is the way he comes in the morning. He's got a pep in his step and he's got the biggest smile you've ever seen. And it just starts my day out on a positive note. And I just love to see that. He's very talented woodworking. Any project, he's ready to go and make old new and broken fix. And so great asset to our department. And he's been with us for 10 years. The next is going to... the next one is Carl Persons, if you can come up here. Everybody knows Carl. Everybody loves Carl.
Yes.
I found out in my early short time with Public Works that Carl is actually a wealth of knowledge. Just ask him. He's our village arborist, and he knows anything and everything about our trees, plant species. If you want to go see the open lands and learn all about it, he'll spend 5 days with you or whatever you want, whatever you can afford. Also, he's a big part of handling the village events for us. He's kind of our rep for that. He knows what's going on, he knows how to keep things in order, have everything ready and prepared, and to execute all those things that we do. So this is Carl. Carl's only been here for 15 years. This is for 15, we're doing increments, but he's actually been here 17 years. Thanks for the correction. It's like 3 months and 2 years.
3, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Next one up is John Albano. Now, John had the nickname of LJ, which everybody's getting nicknames, and most of them are letters. So I found out why John is LJ. At one time, they had a plethora of Johns on the department, and so he's Little John. That's what but huge in my eyes. When I started here, I noticed right away that he had everybody's respect. Okay, his work ethic is beyond. The energy that this guy has is amazing. You know, so. And one of the coolest things, he's my right-hand man. He's basically works as a foreman, distributes the work, maybe follows up, makes sure it's done, keeps everybody busy, whether they like it or not. But the thing I really respect about John is that out on jobs, he's not the guy that sits back and points and tells people what to do. He can't help himself. He has to get dirty, and that's the way he is. I respect that. I think that leadership is working alongside your crew, not just pointing and telling them what to do. And I really respect that. And he wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you, John. John's only been here for
20 years.
20 years.
All right, John! Center everybody. Jeff, yeah, thanks. On 3, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, this next person, John Yevson. Nobody knows who John Yevson is. Skippy? Shared me a long story about how he became Skippy, but I won't tell it. He can tell it if you do. Skippy's been with us for 25 years. He's basically the custodian for the village buildings. A very busy man, a jack of all trades. Anything and everything he can do, from electrician to I don't know, anything and everything this guy can handle. And trust me, this building alone keeps him busy, let alone doing repairs to our other buildings and keeping everybody stocked with important stuff like toilet paper. Necessities to keep the operations going, obviously. Again, I've learned a lot about Skippy in the last few months, and it's such a pleasure to have him on staff where he's a go-to guy. He knows where everything is. I mean, his key ring is about like this big, hangs down. That's why he has bad hips. But he just knows every nook and cranny in the inside and outside of this building, and that is so valuable to our department. And so, good job on your 25.
Okay, on 3.
And just sweet.
Wait.
We'll help you with
2,
everything.
3. Okay, peanut gallery. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Skip, you want to nod at your wife?
We have one more that that couldn't make it to. Chris Mazinski, I believe he's 25 years. Am I right? 25 years. He's the water meter tech. Both loved and hated by citizens. But he's the one that's out there, making sure all the meters are working properly, making sure that all the bead boxes, the service valves are working correctly, and soon to be installing the new reader pads for all the meters in town. He's a very busy person. He does an excellent job at what he does, and so 25 years, that's a long time. I think it's very important that we acknowledge these milestones in these careers. Public Works doesn't really get the credit that necessarily the fire department and the police does, and they understand it for public workers, okay? But what you probably know or don't really think about is those cold nights when you're snug in your bed and you wake up and the streets have been plowed. It's because these guys were up all night. Okay?
Yeah.
When you go to bed and you wake up in the morning, you turn the faucet on, you didn't know that there was a broken water main and these guys were up all night fixing it. Okay? These are the behind the scene guys that take care of business, rain or shine, middle of the day, weekends, middle of the night. It doesn't matter. Just ask their wives. Just ask their wives. They're probably thinking, why did you become Public Works? We go out to dinner, like the other night. John was out to dinner, got the call, someone ran over fire hydrants, water's going everywhere. Okay? So we can't schedule our work. Okay? We have to react when it happens, and we have to take care of it in a timely fashion, so all of you have the necessities that make up the quality of life that you have. So I've been in the public works business for 34 years. I know what's going on, and that's why I appreciate these milestones and everything that these guys do. So thank you. We have Steve Benson. He's our mechanic.
Stand up, Steve.
Keep the car stuff running. He helps keep the fire department stuff running, and the squad cars running all at the same time, and their mowers at the same time. No matter what they do to them, he's got them back up running. Key figure in our department. We have Bill LeGuy right there. Great worker. I think he probably has the most energy out of anybody. Do not give him an energy drink. It's like a squirrel on a cake. But again, everybody's got these different personalities and talents, and he's right there too. He knows how to run everything. Tony Sears. Tony's the quietest guy I've ever met in my life. I think it was just last week he had a baby.
2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Yes. So he walks in the break room and goes, had a baby. Love Tony. Tony's super talented. Also, these guys are very well cross-trained. He makes a lot of our street signs and takes care of that, along with anything and everything else that's required of him. And so I was very blessed when I inherited this very talented crew. These guys are not afraid to work, trust me. And the difference is the hottest days, the coldest days that we're all talking about, oh, here comes winter, oh my gosh, it's so hot, when's fall coming, blah, blah, blah. You don't even hear these guys talk about it. The hottest days, the coldest days, they're just doing their job. They're just doing their job. So Hazel Crest is very blessed to have these staff like this. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Public Works. You guys do a wonderful job. Appreciate you. And it's always the behind the scene people to make things work. And so we appreciate you so very, very much. And all your long-term services, it's phenomenal. It's wonderful when you have someone who's been here 15, 20 years at a job. And we want to thank you, but we really want to thank your wives. So again, thank you for bringing your wife here, your wives, because they want to really make it happen. So we appreciate you all.
And they're the ones that have the babies.
Yes. Well, he was at the place they had the baby. Okay. These two things we're going to skip over here. Okay, legal. Police. Sonia.
The only report we have is the October meetings for our zone meetings have been rescheduled for November.
Okay.
Both meetings.
Both of them, okay. Public Works?
The only thing I have is that for next board meeting, I will have a representative from Baxter Woodman to kind of recap the whole 183rd project. As that ended as basically as I was hired, they will have all the questions for the board. And a recap of financing and everything that was involved with that project.
Thank you. Station Services?
I just have one item. On this Saturday, the 24th, I attended the Stonebridge Civic Association meeting. We discussed new development and property maintenance issues in Stonebridge. It's a good meeting.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Human Services, Resources, I'm sorry. Thinking about water.
Human resources.
Human
I
resources.
just have one thing, and I was really trying really hard to find a way to tie this into HR, but I can't. But I just wanted to let Mr. President and the board know that I will be providing some information in terms of clips and still photos to the cable TV crew. I had the wonderful opportunity to attend the dedication and the opening of the National Museum of African American History and Culture. It's a long name, but it was absolutely positively phenomenal, and I really want to share that with the residents of the village of Hazel Crest because I think it's something that everybody should experience.
Thank you. Fire.
Just want to mention again that we're having a fire prevention open house for fire prevention week. Next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but on October 8th. From 9 until noon. Live demonstrations, free hot dogs for the kids and adults. So bring the whole family and have a nice enjoyable time, learn about fire safety, and see in the fire station. First hand up close. See what we do as fire.
That's it.
What time again, Chief?
9 to noon.
19.
Great.
That's this Saturday.
Next Saturday.
October 8th.
October 8th. Community and Business Development.
Good afternoon. As President Osbury mentioned earlier, we're having a youth development program this Saturday, October 1st, from 9:30 to 2:30, 10:30 to 2:30. And we asked churches in the Southland to bring their youth out between the ages of 12 and 15 years old. We have Mr. Perry, who worked with Jesse White Tumblers for over 20 years. He's going to do fundamentals of tumbling. We have Mr. Sonny Means, who will have a professional boxer here to assist the children in the fundamentals of boxing and broadcasting. We also have Mr. Perry, who's going to talk, and Mr. Adams Bates, who will talk about leadership with the youth. So we're asking the churches, and this originated from the killing that we had back in July. The ministers came out and met with the president, and they wanted to do something for our youth. And this is what came from that meeting. We had 2 meetings with the ministers, and this is what developed from the meetings with them. So we're excited about our first program. I also would like for Carla to speak about some of the updates we're doing with the cable station. So Carla.
Yeah, I know. Well, good evening. Just quickly wanted to take this opportunity to let everyone know that after almost 20 years, maybe 25 years, we are in the process and making progress on updating and upgrading the cable station. It's been a long time coming. I see this as something that is very important to the village, as well as a way for us to showcase what we do here, not just within the village, but to our residents. And the cable station as a communications platform is very important in the way that you do that. And so with this upgrade, you will see a better broadcast. And what that means is the picture quality. So you're going from more of a standard definition look to a high definition look. It will allow us to be able to schedule our programming. It will no longer be on a loop. You will know when our meetings are going to be played. The entire look of the station is going to be completely different. The way that we broadcast our bulletin boards, we're just bringing it to 2016. So pretty much, hopefully you will see that upgrade and it will hit the button by the end of next week. Thank you.
Carla, can I ask you one question? Carla, just one quick question. With the upgrade, is the volume going to be better for both networks?
It's an all.
It's an all-inclusive? Okay, good.
Our equipment back there was very, very
Yeah,
good.
okay, thank you.
Is that it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. At this time, can I get a motion?
Economic development.
Economic development, I'm sorry.
No report this week, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. At this time, can I get a motion for public participation for items on the agenda?
Second.
Moved by trustee Ramsey, second by trustee Jackson, to open the audience for public participation regarding items on the agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any issues or want to speak to anything on the agenda? This is time to come forward.
Name is Patrick Peterson, and I live in the proper. I see here there's a presentation for the proper redevelopment.
That's going to be next meeting. We have to change it over. That's not going to be.
So that's not on this,
No,
but
next
it's here on the agenda.
Yeah, that was under my report. So I skipped over that because we're going to have that at the next meeting. We have some renderings that we want to present.
Okay?
Okay?
I'm Dr. Gregory Jackson, a 17-year taxpayer. I would like to address agenda item 9B regarding your accounts payables. Page 2, invoice number 01193, in the amount of $3,000 payable to your lobbyist, Alfred G. Ronan Limited, whom you paid to date well over $100,000 tax dollars. Through the Freedom of Information Act, I received your lobbyist reports, and after reading those reports, I now understand why the lobbyist said you are paying him for something you can do yourselves. I personally access most of that information in those updates by simply going to the Illinois General Assembly's website. Information you are entitled to and can receive from your legislators who do an outstanding job of providing this information upon your request. What's even more disturbing is that you have board members who say they have never received those reports. And recently, another taxpayer, Mr. Patrick Peterson, shared his concerns regarding the state report showing this lobbyist donated significant amounts of money to the mayor's campaign. On page 14 of your accounts payables invoice number R0000768, I see another $10,000 of our tax money being paid to the former village manager. I warned this board in 2014 of the contract given to the former village manager and how it was a potential financial ripoff of the taxpayers. And now, due to your allegedly improperly dismissing him without an arbitrator's hearing, as stipulated in his contract, the mishandling of the situation only compounded and exasperated the financial pain to the village taxpayers, who are left on the hook to pay this person approximately $500,000 tax dollars, as repeatedly documented by your accounts payable. That does not make me Hazel Crest proud. Thank you.
Thank you. Me either. I hate they signed that contract. I agree with you. Anyone else? Can I get a motion to close public participation? So moved. Second. Then moved by trustee Slayton, second by trustee Ramsey, to close public participation. All those in favor? Aye. We have a few items on the agenda. Okay, so put the names on my list. Trustee Slayton?
I motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of September 13th, 2016.
Second. Been moved by trustee Slayton, second by trustee Moore, to approve the motion to, spell it out. Motion to. Yeah, there you go. I got it. Motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of September 13, 2016. Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Trustee Grant?
Yes.
Trustee Jackson?
Yes.
Trustee Moore?
Yes.
Trustee Pate?
Yes.
Trustee Ramsey?
Yes.
Trustee Slayton?
Yes.
Motion carried. Trustee Grant.
Thank you, President Osbury. I move to approve accounts payable number 17-10 dated September 27, 2016, in the amount of $353,475.91.
Second.
Been moved by trustee Grant, second by trustee Ramsey, to approve accounts payable number 17-10 dated September 26, 2016, in the amount of $353,475.91. Any discussion on this item? Roll call, please.
Trustee Grant?
Yes.
Trustee Jackson?
Yes.
Trustee Moore?
Yes.
Trustee Pate?
Yes, and I'd like the record to reflect that I object to the payment to the lobbyist.
Trustee Ramsey?
Yes.
Trustee Slayton?
Yes.
Motion carried. Can I get a motion open to public participation?
So moved. Second.
Been moved by trustee Jackson, second by trustee Slayton, to open for public participation. All those in favor?
Aye.
If you have anything to say, open for any item, come forward. You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I'm Dr. Gregory Jackson, a 17-year taxpayer. Your attorney recently stated that it was okay for you to have paid a third deputy police chief because of home rule that says the state law does not apply to you. Okay, what about the village ordinance you tried to change after you violated it? Home rule does not allow you to violate the law, period. My taxpayer concerns remain regarding the Mayor's Summer Bridge program and whether or not the board approved all contracts for services, a program that employed 30 children between the ages of 11 and 14 for about 30 days. What did you provide for our youth over the age of 14 for summer jobs, especially considering the high unemployment rate for our youth? Why is the cable channel broadcasting all day, every day, everything except the village board meetings? For example, you can see a continuous loop broadcast of infomercials showing the mayor and the village manager wearing hard hats and holding hammers in Hazel Crest proper, as if they are actually putting in work. With the mayor saying, "We have finally got someone who understands TIFs," referring to the village manager, as she states that there was about $2 million in the Hazel Crest proper TIF when she arrived. Well, the county clerk's office reports that every year, for 13 consecutive years, you collected over $2 million TIF dollars for the sole purpose of redeveloping Hazel Crest proper. So why has it been the most neglected area in Hazel Crest for those 13 consecutive years? You talk about transparency. Where's the rest of the TIF money for the proper? And over $6 million TIF dollars reported by the county clerk's office that has been collected for the entire village of Hazel Crest. And why all of a sudden are you portraying all of this love for Hazel Crest proper? Saying that you talked about this as a trustee and as a mayor, which is just not true. For almost 5 years, I have begged you for answers regarding the condition of Hazel Crest proper and its TIF money and got no response. And you,